This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode. Welcome back to All Sports All the Time. This is episode 142. Today we have a special guest with us. Sir, what's your name? You've never seen him before.
Never.
Yeah. My name is Christopher the Crit Titter.
Wait, that's a new one. the Crit? I never heard that.
You can call me Critter. You can call me Chris. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, that was a nice rhyme.
This is going to be a good episode.
So this episode is going to be a little different than other episodes we've done in the past. As you can tell, we are not in our normal setting. I don't know if you guys could tell.
That's correct.
But we're going to do some episode driving to the St. Peter's versus UNC game, which is so sadly, you guys already know what happened when you're watching this. But
That
that's
is
okay.
weird.
But we don't know what happened.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Because it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
In the second half, we will.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this part of the episode, we're going to be driving to the game. Then we'll obviously have some footage from the game. And then you'll see us driving home from the game, and we'll probably be talking about the game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Give
The
current
footage,
analysis.
the footage during the game will be a separate video. It won't be a part of this. It'll
Oh,
be
it
like
won't?
some sort of vlog, separate vlog video that we put together. We should come up with a catchy name for the title of the vlog, like Peacock Party or something. What if they
If
lose?
they win.
Yeah. Tar Heels tragedy if they lose.
No,
Well.
no, that would.
The Tar Heels caused the tragedy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's. But that
I can
doesn't.
see how that would be misleading.
Yeah, it seems like the Tar Heels lost if you call it Tar Heels tragedy.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
We'll think about it. So I guess we should probably talk about sports a little bit, but people seem to like it when we start with random stories. So I don't have really a story. I just have a quote
Okay.
from this week that I heard on the radio, and it was a guy describing your phone,
Okay.
but
Like
he was
like anyone's phone or like Luke's phone.
just like a phone.
Okay.
He was trying to explain. He was explaining like how you're able to use this like app or something that he was talking about, and he goes, "You just grab that rectangle in your pants," describing the phone. And I didn't like that at all.
I don't think
It's
I
a
like it.
terrible way to
Makes me a
phrase
little
it.
uncomfy.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody says the word pants anymore. So,
Well,
I don't think
What
that's
do
I
you
mean,
use
yeah. What
instead
do
of the
you
word
call
pants?
sweatpants?
yeah, sweatpants is the thing that.
But
I
what
would
if they
use.
are another type of
Who
pants?
doesn't use the word?
Well, then if they're khakis, you say khakis.
Yeah.
If they're
Yeah.
jeans, you say
Pants
jeans.
is too general. I never use it.
If they're like dress pants, you say slacks.
Slacks?
Slacks?
You say slacks?
Okay, no.
Trousers.
Trousers.
Pantaloons.
Go put on your trousers. Yeah. A little
That's-
bit of Arnie in there.
Did you just turn like German or something?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he's German.
I thought he was Austrian.
What he is.
Someone look it up.
I think he's Austrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't that used to be like a part of Germany?
It's like very
Where
Germany
is Arnold
derived, I
Schwarzenegger
think,
from?
But
All right, this is big.
Germany.
It says he's from Styria. Okay, that's not what I want.
What?
Wait,
What
hysteria?
nationality is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Okay, it says he's a United. Okay, that's good.
he lives here.
Google is not helpful.
Okay, that's not.
Who is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, Chris is currently using the rectangle in his pants to Google
oh
it
yeah,
up.
he's Austrian.
Google
Let's
it
go!
up. There you go.
No, but Austria used to be a part of Germany.
No.
No,
I
it's
don't think
different.
that's
It's just
right.
it's just
Poland in World War II.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Ah,
like
Poland,
Austrian
Austria.
is very like German based,
Yeah.
but like it's not Germany.
They're
Okay.
different. One is where Arnold Schwarzenegger is from, and
I
one
thought
is not.
I
so-
thought like during World War II, like didn't Hitler like take it over? No.
That was Poland.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened to Austria in World War II?
It just
I don't know.
I think.
decimated.
Yeah. I don't know.
That makes sense.
I mean, if I was Austrians, I would have just hid like in their mountains, you know, like gone to a ski resort and just stayed at the top
Simple.
instead of skiing down. You avoid all the conflict.
Too soon.
It's so smart.
And I'm really glad you avoided that.
Well, there you go. That's the intro. Rectangle in your pants and avoiding World War II in the mountains. What are you guys doing? I feel like this is going to be
I am not saying this on
half the
camera.
episode is going to be these two in the back.
What I just said to Chris,
Snickering.
I am not
Yes.
saying that on camera.
Exactly. Be prepared for a lot of that. I mean, it's perfect timing that Chris is with us for this episode because
Why?
Tyreek Hill happened.
Oh.
Did
So,
in fact happen.
That seems like a great place to start.
Give you an analysis, Chris. I'm going to start off by saying this is Tua's opportunity to prove himself. I think Bergen said it best at lunch. If Tua still does bad and he's got one of the best receiving corps in the NFL, he's garbage.
I completely agree. He has no excuses this season. He has Tyreek Hill. He has Jalen Waddle. He has Teron Armstead. They just signed from the Saints. So I mean, he's got still not the greatest offensive line, but it's getting better. And he has an amazing wide receiver corps and some new running backs that are going to be speedy and work perfectly with the system that we have going on. So if he does not excel this season, then that's how we know that it's time. So
Chris, my question for you is, how is Tua's long ball gonna even like get to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? His long ball is not pretty.
So something that we have talked a lot about in this Dolphins group chat I'm in. And one thing that we've noticed recently, he's done a lot of training, and he's posted a lot of like training videos, or his like trainer has. And so one thing that we've noticed is he's beginning to throw a lot more with like his hip instead of just with his arm, which is what he did a lot last season. And what we think is that was because of his hip injury, and so that's what happened the past couple of seasons. He didn't have the confidence. But we think that if he does continue to throw with his hip, there was a video of him throwing a 72-yard pass to this guy named Lynn Bowden. Just like it was just out on like a field, but that is a very far throw. So
It is.
if he does throw using his hip this season, then he won't have a problem getting the ball to them. So I'm not too worried.
Nice. I like that analysis.
He also has a new head coach, Mike McDaniels, who comes from the Shanahan system of making every single quarterback look better than they actually are.
Very, very not true. Very not
What?
true.
What do you mean?
He took Jimmy Garoppolo. to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Okay, well that's true.
They also made Kirk Cousins seem elite enough for the Vikings to give him a huge payday.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins is
He's good, but the Shanahan system is able to create elite teams without elite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think is the way to phrase that. So Tua doesn't have to be amazing because Mike McDaniels can use the other weapons to make him look amazing.
Okay.
And so if somehow Tua doesn't look good in that system and with those players, it's very hard to be a bad quarterback in a Shanahan system. So that'll be interesting.
So are you high on
unless
the
Tom Brady
Dolphins?
replaces him. I am very high on the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also. I'm always
Chris
very
is
high on the Dolphins.
biased, but still. Luke, I believe, was skeptical of the Dolphins before the addition of Tyreek Hill. How do you feel about them now, post Tyreek Hill trade?
Still skeptical because, I'm not a huge fan of Tua. I don't like what I've seen in the past from him. And I think this is a good season for him to show all those Tua haters that he's got a chance, that he can do good out there. But if he doesn't, with the people that he has, then I will admit that he's garbage. Now, there's been a lot of news about Tom Brady potentially signing with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm changing my Super Bowl pick again.
If Tom Brady goes to the Dolphins, they're winning the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
hands
because
down.
it's Tom Brady.
There is literally no
That's
doubt
true.
in my mind that if Tom Brady goes to the Super Bowl or goes to the Dolphins, they will win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in Tua. I think he's a poor man's Jalen Hurts, and
Valid.
I don't like him at all.
A better way to put it, instead of poor man's Jalen Hurts, a left-handed Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, but that doesn't show that.
But
he's
also not as
worse.
good.
Yeah.
That's because he's not worse than Jalen Hurts.
Yes, he
Yes, he
is.
is.
Oh, here we go. Eagles fans versus Dolphins fan. Jalen Hurts is probably a better rusher. I think we can
Probably
agree.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
What do you mean probably?
And then they're probably about even passing, which would give Hurts the edge.
What did you say about passing?
They're probably about even as passers. Now, Hurts does play with a much, much better offensive line. He has a top 5 O-line. Tua has a bottom 5 O-line.
Organization's
Tua
fault is
last
But-
season had the worst O-line, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And whose
Statistically,
fault is that?
the
It's
absolute
Dolphins'
worst
fault,
offense.
not the Eagles.
Well, but it's also not Tua's fault that he went to the Dolphins.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
She should have just retired.
Then again, Jalen Hurts does not have the weapons that Tua has now.
And look
Tua
and,
now
so-
has, which he hasn't had.
Yeah.
and look at his stats. I mean, Jalen Hurts has just done more than Tua.
Not that I'm high on the Dolphins, but it's not that I necessarily trust Tua. I trust the system and the pieces around him. And so even if he's not great, the Dolphins can still be
And that's
good
the
enough.
same argument
Tua
you said
doesn't
about the Browns.
Tua doesn't have to do everything.
Where did the Browns
And
end
it
up this
worked.
year?
They won a playoff game.
This year?
No, with Baker, they won a playoff
But yeah, but
game.
you said that exact same thing
Well, yeah.
about this season for the Browns coming into this year.
Yep.
And look what happened. You said Browns were going to the Super Bowl because of the system.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Baker was good enough.
I didn't account for injuries. I did.
And now you're attributing Baker not playing well to his injuries.
Do you play worse when both of your ankles are sprained in basketball?
No, I played through it and I didn't play worse.
Not at all. You don't think you would have played better if both your ankles were healthy?
I don't know about how well I would have played since both my ankles
we
were hurt.
don't know how well Baker would have played if he
Exactly,
didn't
so
have like
you-
a cracked rib.
So you can't attribute Baker playing bad
And
to
whose
his
fault is it
injuries.
that Baker's weak?
That's
You're
his
calling
own fault.
Baker weak for playing through injury?
Yeah, what?
That's toughness. That you're hurt and you still go out there and try to win.
Great point.
I still would have rather had my second child's head cut off and then put him out there.
Okay, that's not why your second child.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because first childs are too good.
Luke is oldest children are the best. Firstborns.
That's very true. Yeah, first
Wait,
one.
Chris
Did I
isn't it
miss
first?
something?
Yeah,
What?
firstborns are the
You're
best.
you're the only non-oldest child
Yeah.
in this car.
No, I meant about the fact that you would rather decapitate your second-born child
Maybe I won't have 2 kids.
than put
Although,
a quarterback out.
there is a problem. What if my second set of children are twins?
And that's the problem that you're pointing out.
Well, one of them would be born first, right? Before the other one?
Yeah.
So technically one
Yeah.
would be second.
Okay, fair.
The other would be
fair.
third, barely. So, yeah. We probably should have explained that. Luke has this weird thing where whenever Baker comes up, he
My
creates
mind kind of
these
derails.
very strange
Yeah.
analogies for how bad Baker is.
And sometimes my mind derails a little bit. And
Yeah.
and
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
whenever Baker comes up, I just say that his place is in a bakery or in a field.
Because he knows how to put it right in the bread basket.
No.
That's a good response.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I
because
thought
he's
that's
so
right.
bad that he shouldn't be playing football. That's why.
I still think he could be a starter in Seattle
No.
or Houston or who else needs a quarterback? There's not that many
Houston
places.
doesn't need a quarterback.
Davis Mills.
They have Davis Mills. They seem pretty confident. in Davis
No,
Mills.
yeah, Davis Mills is their guy. Baker's not
Mills
better than
is-
You would
Davis
rather
Mills.
have. All right, let's go around. We're gonna play a game called Davis Mills or Baker Mayfield.
Davis Mills.
Who
Davis
would you
Mills.
rather have as your team's
Davis
quarterback?
Mills.
Baker
Davis Mills.
Mayfield.
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
That's a tough one. I haven't seen a lot from Davis Mills just because it was his rookie season, but he didn't really have anything surrounding him last year, and he still played pretty well. So I'd probably say Davis Mills.
Wow,
Thank
3-1 Davis Mills over Baker
Oh,
Mayfield.
You're
You're
the
on
only
this
Baker
pedestal
lover.
on your own, Owen. We're trying to tell you.
We're trying to save
I'm glad you
before
put me
it's
on a
too far.
pedestal instead of something worse.
I meant like a hill or whatever.
On this pedestal. You're above all of us by yourself.
Oh, and you're
take
all
the
alone.
compliment.
We're trying to save you. It's like, you know how someone gets lost in the horrors of life? We're trying to save you from that.
I'm getting lost in your analogies.
Yeah.
I don't think Baker's elite, but I think he's a starting level quarterback.
Then you haven't
Baker
watched
is
him
top
play.
Should never be in the same sentence unless it's Baker is the top of the worst.
Yeah.
Top of the worst?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the other side of the Tyreek Hill trade. The Chiefs are now potentially the third most talented team in their own division,
Yeah.
and it's the AFC West somehow got more interesting, as if that were even possible, because the Chiefs getting worse technically makes the division even closer. It was already loaded, and now the teams are just even more even, and this is the year that Patrick Mahomes can prove to everyone that he is the best of the best, because I've been saying that he's the best quarterback I've ever seen. And now, without Tyreek Hill, it's just him, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Travis Kelce. This is the year for Mahomes to prove that he can do it with anyone.
I think that's valid.
Who do we think is the best team in that division?
The Bills.
Chargers. The Bills aren't in the
Oh wait, no,
AFC
Chargers.
West.
That's what I meant. Chargers.
I'd go Chargers.
I think Broncos can make a run.
Yeah, I'd put the Broncos talent
Broncos,
level
I don't
ahead of
like-
the Chiefs.
I like the Broncos. I think they could definitely be up there, but I think, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough division.
How I
Yeah.
felt for the past couple of years is I felt that the Broncos have been putting all the right pieces together, but the thing that they have lacked is an elite quarterback.
And
They
just
had
got
like
that.
Drew Lock, and that didn't really work out too well.
Teddy
Bridgewater. Who's now the Dolphins back, unrelated. But they have like Javonte Williams going to his second season. They
Really good
have
last year.
Cortland Sutton hopefully stays injury free. Jerry Jeudy. So they have these pieces that they need, and they have this
They have a
elite
good
quarterback now.
defense.
So they have a good defense, and so I think it'll be a great division. The fact that the Chiefs are possibly third in that division literally says nothing about the Chiefs. It just says more about the division that they're in, because the Chiefs are still a very talented team even without Tyreek Hill. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
I think that the Chiefs are still number one.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Really?
I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Uh-huh.
And I think that...
And that's it.
No. And I think that overall they still have so many pieces, right? They still have so many different guys. And I think that losing one guy, even though it's the fastest guy in the league, I think losing that one guy isn't, especially since he's not the quarterback, since he's just a wide receiver and not the quarterback, doesn't make them drop off a huge amount. And
I'm also concerned about them losing Tyrann Mathieu, though.
yeah, Tyrann Mathieu's pretty good, but again, I just think the pieces they have in place, they have so many different guys that can step up on any given day, and I just like them. I like the Chiefs.
Right, but yeah, that's what I'm saying is it says more about the other teams in the division. Because
Yeah.
you would argue, right, that they haven't taken a step forward, and they've most likely taken at least somewhat of a step back.
Yeah, I'd say they've
And
taken a half step back.
all of the other teams in their division have taken like 5 steps forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ooh, that's another game. We're gonna... I'll give a team, and then you guys tell us how many steps they've taken forward or back
Okay.
in the off-season. It's the off-season game.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna say the amount of steps teams have taken. The Miami Dolphins. I would say they've taken 3 steps forward.
Do we have to give it a specific amount of
Yeah,
steps?
you have to say how many steps they've taken forward or back.
Okay.
I think they've taken 2 steps forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I say solid 2 steps.
2 for 2 of them.
I would say that when they fired Brian Flores, they took a step back, and then this off season they've taken 4 steps forward, so that equates to about 3 steps forward.
That's okay. Yeah, that was a good way of explaining it. I like that. The Cleveland Browns
I would argue. Wait.
getting Deshaun Watson. hey.
10 steps forward because no more Baker.
Baker's still on the team though.
Yeah, but he's not starting.
I would argue that the Browns had the most successful offseason.
Wow. So
Eliminating
10
Baker
steps. How
Mayfield.
many?
You immediately go from a non-playoff team to Super Bowl contenders.
Wow.
With one signing.
So maybe they bypassed steps. Maybe they did a running
leap.
long jump.
That was like
they
a
took
leap.
they took a leap forward.
Yes.
Okay.
A leap is equivalent to like 100 steps.
Wow. That's a far leap.
That's a far leap.
You should go take 100 steps and then take a leap. And we'll see how far you get. I think they took, with the Deshaun Watson move, not to steal Chris's, but it was a few steps forward and a couple steps back because they're going to lose some fans just for signing Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
But when you're already an elite team and you go from an average quarterback to an elite quarterback,
No, you can't.
you're
sneak
going to
in
be one of
average.
the best teams in your conference. So Deshaun Watson wears number 4. I'll say they took 4 steps.
That's a good point. When you take any team into account in the NFL and they have what Owen said, an average team, and they get an elite quarterback, I would say
He's an average team, not average quarterback.
I was starting to agree with them in that.
I would say they take a few steps forward. but it's the Browns, and I don't know if the Browns franchise is capable of taking more than like 2 steps forward at a time. So I'd say they took 2 steps forward.
I agree. They're probably going to figure out a way to screw it up in the end.
We'll
Very
see.
Browns thing, too.
They had the playoff experience. They've won one playoff game, and now they just gotta, take the next step.
The thing is,
2 steps from what they won 2 years ago would be getting them to the AFC Championship game.
See, and the thing is, we're acting as if the Deshaun Watson thing just is going to be perfect throughout the season.
That's true. That's a good point.
I could see the Browns season going downhill very quickly if there's more Deshaun Watson drama.
You also haven't seen him play football in over a year.
And we're acting like he's going to be the same person.
Well, I would prefer my quarterback. Well, I wouldn't prefer my quarterback take a year off, but I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, I get it.
That's just more rest for him.
Hits.
But
Yeah.
I
But
do
at the same
think
time, he doesn't have that game time experience.
yeah, that's
from over
and that's
that
huge.
season.
That's huge. That's
you can see quarterbacks grow so much throughout one season.
Yeah, but he's had enough of a career that I don't think it's if it were a second-year guy, sure. But Watson's been in the league for 5 years.
Yeah, but
so I don't think it's that.
That's like
terrible.
me playing basketball, right? Every single year, and having
whole
game
life.
experience, right, for my whole life, and then taking a year off, say junior year, I didn't play at all, and then coming right back into it senior year, and being in those games. When you're playing for so long, the game can kind of slow down, and so for Deshaun Watson, the game might be mentally quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Might not be able to process things as quickly.
Yeah.
At the same speed.
Yeah, that's what Tom Brady's good at. He's been around so long, he can just see the game slower than everybody else.
Is there a comparable situation where
I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate against myself right here.
what?
Because I was obviously saying you don't know how he's going to be the whole year off.
Yeah.
But then you can compare it to someone like Joe Burrow, who
that's where I was going to go.
He played a few games, tore his ACL, didn't play the rest of the season. The next season he came out and went to the Super Bowl.
But I'm gonna play devil's advocate to that. Joe Burrow is a statistical anomaly.
Well, what about
fair.
Tom Brady when he got injured in the 2008 season?
What week did he get injured?
Week 1. And then I will note the Patriots went 11-5 without him. Matt Castle started for them.
I don't
and they
care
went
about
11-5 the year Tom Brady was out. Just throwing that out there. Anyway,
I think
when Tom Brady came back in 2009, I'm sure he had a fantastic year. I don't have the stats, but
But you
he
know
always
that
has
Matt
good-
Castle went 11-8.
Carson Wentz got injured, came back, was never the same person after that MVP season injury.
That's true. These
So
are all
I think-
injury situations.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think ultimately
Injuries are different than off-field issues.
Yeah.
I think I don't think we really know what's going to happen. I think we got to see it happen to know, because I don't really think there's any way to predict, any good way to predict what's going to happen. I think it could go either way.
That's not what sports talk is about. You know exactly what's going to happen, and you're telling everybody else exactly what's going to happen. That's how it works.
So you want me to lie?
That's how it
Yep.
happens.
Let's see. Another team that we can do. The Las Vegas Raiders. I think they only took 2 steps forward. Getting Devontae Adams was big. They're going to keep Derek Carr. They got Josh McDaniels as their head coach. Underrated move, but only 2 steps.
Sure. Yeah, 2 steps.
Yeah. I don't see anything else crazy that they've done. 2 steps sounds about right.
I think I can agree with that. 2 steps.
All right, 2 steps all around. The Green Bay Packers, they only took 1 step back.
The Green Bay Packers?
Yep.
Only one
step back.
Well, they lost the best wide receiver in the league, arguably.
They lost an elite pass rusher, but they kept Aaron Rodgers.
They kept Aaron Rodgers, which is huge, right? Aaron Rodgers is a beast. So, I'm going to say 2 steps for 2 of their best players.
2 steps back.
Yeah, 2 steps back.
I'm going to say standstill. I think getting rid of Devontae Adams was, I think that hurts a lot, and their pass rusher.
They could have kept everybody.
They could have.
That would have been
But I also think
Rodgers had taken
signing
a pay
Aaron
cut.
Rodgers again
Yeah.
is a huge thing, because Jordan Love can most certainly not carry that team anywhere. So I think I'm going to say standstill. I don't think they had a great offseason. I don't think they had a horrible offseason.
Well, and I think if they would have liked Jordan Love, they would have been fine with letting Aaron Rodgers go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
Did Marquez Valdez-Scantling?
He signed with another team.
He signed with
I think so. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I think that Aaron Rodgers has his entire career been capable of producing a lot with little, but I think that as he's getting older and losing his two top receivers, I think that just hurts him too much, and so I think I would say 2 steps back.
All right, let's do 2 more teams. The Seahawks losing Russell Wilson, 3 steps back. I'm coming up with these based on the quarterback's number at this point. Russell Wilson, number 3. Is he still wearing number 3 with the Broncos? I don't think anyone has number 3 that he would be taking it from. So, yeah, the Seahawks took 3 steps back this offseason.
The Seahawks are not a team that you want to root for to do well this year.
No.
Because they're not probably going to do well this year. That's what I'm getting at. And so, for that reason, they're in a rebuild. I think losing Russell Wilson was bound to happen. So I'm just going to say 2 steps back because I feel like we could all see it coming.
Also, they didn't have a fantastic year last year.
No, yeah, there was no.
Him, so.
Yeah, exactly. Losing him wasn't that big of a deal because they weren't even that good last year. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2 steps back for the Seahawks, but 3 steps forward for Russell Wilson. I think Seahawks were slowly declining, and you can see that over the last couple of years. So I think it was good that Russ was able to get out of there and go to a team that has serious Super Bowl potential now.
Did the Seahawks lose Bobby Wagner yet, or is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a free agent, so they're probably not going to re-sign him.
Yeah, so, yeah, you can just tell that the Seahawks are, they basically went all in for a rebuild. So, I guess for the sake of, this season, I would say, 3 steps back, 3 or 4 steps back. But, it's a rebuild, so it's kind of hard to gauge that. So.
Mm-hmm. We won't do the Eagles because that would be a little bit biased, but let's just say we were all terrified when they let Fletcher Cox be a free agent for 48 hours. That was awful, but they signed him back. So
really, really scary.
Yeah, we're all good there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady retired, and that was probably a solid 4 steps back.
Only 4.
But then
way more than 4.
But then getting him
7 or 8
back on the team was another 4 steps forward, so they canceled each other out, and they got Chris Godwin back. So I'd say the Bucs have taken 1 step forward.
Only 1.
Yeah.
From where they were at the end of the NFL season to where they are now, they've only taken 1 step forward.
1 step forward.
A Tom Brady-less and a Chris Godwin-less team
1 step.
Is now only 1 step forward.
1 step forward from their team last year. They didn't improve a crazy amount.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything.
From where? Not from their. Are we talking about from their team last year? From where they were at the very end of the NFL season.
That's what I said. Their base team was with Tom Brady, and then he retired.
Okay.
And then they went back 4.
Okay, because
then he came back. That was plus 4.
The Buccaneers that didn't have Tom Brady, and Buccaneers that didn't have Chris Godwin. Like a team that didn't have either of those pieces going to a team that now has both of those pieces. Because that's a big jump.
Mm-hmm.
To not have either, to now have them both. But if we're talking from last season, yeah, I'd say it's at a pretty similar spot.
Mm-hmm. 1 step forward.
If we're talking from that from that point, 1 step forward.
I would say that they haven't moved. I think they're at a standstill. If somehow a trade happens between Tom Brady and the Dolphins, Tom Brady gets sent to the Dolphins, which has been I think it's just fake news at this point, but I've seen it in multiple places. So if it did somehow happen, then the Buccaneers would just be toast. It'd be 10 steps back.
That's the better question, actually. Yeah, if Tom Brady either had retired or ends up going somewhere else, like the Dolphins, how many steps back would they take?
8 to 10. It'd be 3 leaps back.
Yeah, it'd be a bound.
A backwards bound.
Yeah.
It depends on the quarterback that they sign, but probably 5 steps.
Yeah. I
5
guess
steps back.
It does depend on the side, but not having that in mind, you got to be a safe 10 steps.
Yeah, like you can't. It would probably be 5 steps overall, but 10 steps, like as soon as they lose Tom Brady.
Yeah. And then maybe the quarterback that they adds 5 steps forward.
Unless it's Baker, then they lose more steps.
What if the Bucs signed Baker?
They would lose steps.
Yeah.
They would.
Well, obviously he's worse than Tom Brady.
You're
yeah.
saying that.
No, it'd go from -10 to like -15.
But hey, let's just think here. Baker with an elite defense, 2 elite wide receivers, Gronk. It's kind of unfair to. Like,
You're
compare
literally
Brady's
describing
teams.
me.
Gronk goes wherever Brady goes.
Yeah.
2 elite wide receivers, Leonard Fournette, great offensive line. It's very similar to the Browns situation.
Yeah, and look what happened with him in the Browns.
He got hurt. That's what happened.
Yeah, you keep using the injury as an excuse.
Yes,
Show
that's
me the
correct.
stats, and I'll show you how good a player
That's
is.
correct. Part of the story of the season was that he got hurt.
What?
I think we're just gonna get stuck on this.
He got
That
hurt,
I
so-
actually care about someone getting injured and think
Maybe
that
he
might
should have
affect
not
their play,
played.
and Parker doesn't. Yeah, but then when guys sit because they're hurt, people call them soft, and they're like, play through it. So it's kind of lose-lose. And we keep getting stuck on Baker Mayfield stuff. We're at 30 minutes, so we should probably stop the first half soon. Is there anything else? Baseball season starting soon. That's exciting. Luke and I will probably start talking about Phillies stuff in the coming episodes. They've got a great offense, at the very least.
I'd say is one of with the exception of the Dodgers, I think we have probably one of the best lineups in the MLB right now.
Yeah, they got Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos,
We just
2
need to
power-hitting corner
improve
outfielders.
our bullpen. If we improve our bullpen, this could be a good season.
It's going to come down to the defense, basically.
Yeah.
There's going to be some really painful
I think we
plays
have a pretty solid
that
outfield.
they should make.
I mean, a lot of right fielders, but I think we can hopefully move them around a little bit.
Yeah.
We got
The NL having
we
the
have
DH
Alec
now
Bowen
is
back
helpful.
on the team. I like that.
Bryson Stott
Yeah.
is looking like he's going to make a push for the shortstop position. Him and Didi Gregorius will battle it out. Even if they're not like a great team, it's going to be entertaining. They're going to score runs. So it'll at least be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good season. I just hope we can hold together defensively, especially pitching. I mean, Wheeler number 1, Nolan number 2. You've got some decent starters, but then you just got to hope that you can get a good bullpen in there.
Yeah. It's been how many years since it's been over a decade now, because last year marked a decade since they made the playoffs, and so now we're going on year 11 of the Phillies not making the playoffs. I don't remember the 2011 season.
I don't either.
So we've never experienced the Phillies playoff appearance, so I get my hopes up every year. It hasn't happened any of those years. Last year we said it has to happen now, like if not now, then it probably won't. But here I am back again
later,
thinking we've got a shot.
Parker coming off of an MVP season.
Yep.
I think if he can hold that, I think it's going to be a great season.
If Reese can stay healthy. Reese Hoskins is really underrated now, somehow, just because he was out last year.
He was out last year, and the season before he had a rough start.
Yeah.
I'm an unbiased spectator, and this sounds like a lot of ifs. This sounds like a lot of ifs.
Yeah. Well, okay.
The Phillies are really shaky right now.
You're in the NL against the Dodgers, so it's not like, we're World Series contenders. At this point, we're just trying to make the playoffs.
You're in the same, like...
You're in the same division as the World Series champs. And the Mets.
The past 3 Worlds, or not past 3, but like last year's and the year before's. The last year's and 2 years before. Both of them are Super Bowl.
Look, guys, there's a casino.
The Nationals are in our division.
There's a casino.
Yeah, we've had.
I'm old enough now.
The NL East has had these weird runs where it's like none of the teams in our division are dominant, but the Nationals in 2019 just ran through the postseason somehow, got past the Dodgers,
the Braves were
and then same with the Braves.
Third place for 95% of the season.
Yeah.
Until the very end when they somehow came back, made the playoffs, passed us, and then won the World Series.
Which is also what happened with the Nationals in 2019. Yeah. They were so bad at the beginning of the season, and then they went on this run at the end.
And as much as I hated the Braves winning the I swear, if I say Super Bowl one more time, as much as I hate the Braves winning the World Series, I like Freddie Freeman a lot.
Yeah, and they did it without Ronald Acuna Jr. It's just like you couldn't help but
one of their best
them.
players.
Yeah, they got so many good pieces at the trade deadline somehow. Like, they just got 3 outfielders, and everybody was like, why are you doing that? And it worked out perfectly. Jorge Soler was the MVP of the World Series, so good for Alex Anthopoulos, their GM with a fantastic name. We've got Dave Dombrowski, who also has a cool name, and he signed a bunch of guys, so that's the Phillies preview, I guess. 4-minute Phillies preview. You're welcome. Basketball, like NBA, not too much happened. The Sixers are in first place, though. They passed the Heat last night.
Sixers
That's
are
true.
looking,
One
looking
seed.
spicy right now.
Looking hot this season.
Oh, yeah.
But in all the power rankings, they're listed as like the 7th best.
Yeah. We don't have to go. We won't go into that yet. That's another episode. But the Sixers are being slept on. We'll just say that. We'll be back, and the game will be over for the second half of the episode. So do we want to do like score predictions real quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that'll end the first half. I'll go North Carolina, unfortunately,
What?
beats St. Peter's.
After
It's
St. Peter's
on-
beat the 2, 3, and 7 seed?
Yep. It's
They're-
on a buzzer beater.
Okay, that'd be cool.
And
That'd be sick
it's
if it's on buzzer
the
beater.
final score is going to be 65-62.
I'm feeling an overtime game.
I was going to call that.
Just like with Kentucky. St. Peter's is going to score a little lower than they did against Kentucky and Murray State, probably be around the point total of when they beat Purdue. I'm going to say a 58 overtime victory, which is a really low scoring overtime game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the other end of that. I was gonna say overtime as well, but I'm gonna take the higher end of the scoring. I'm gonna say St. Peter's 76, UNC 73. One possession.
I don't think I'm being biased here. I think that they have been doubted the entire tournament up to this point. So I don't think there's any reason that they will not keep going and keep winning. So I will take St. Peter's. I think it'll be a score. I think it'll be like 69-63 will be the score.
Can I see the mic real quickly?
You can.
I'm gonna quote Parker. When Parker printed out the brackets and handed them to me, we were just chatting, and I'm like, "Oh, who's the bottom team that's playing Kentucky?" Because it was cut off the print. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about that. Kentucky's gonna win. You're not gonna need to pick them anyway."
Wow.
And here we are
I did
now.
say that. I did say that.
Here we are now.
He said
Yeah.
that about...
I'm not like throwing
Also
you under the
about
bus
the-
at all, but I think that's just funny because I specifically remember the St. Peter's was cut off,
Yeah.
and it was like, "Oh yeah, who's that down there? What if I want to
No,
pick
I
them?"
said St. Peter's is versus Kentucky, and Auburn is playing Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State, that's who I
But they're
was
15 seeds, so you don't
have to worry about that. Like the 2 seeds will win.
Yeah.
And here we are
And
now.
here we are going to watch St. Peter's.
St. Peter's in the Elite Eight. We'll see you later.
Woo! That was good. It's going to look really creepy, but, it's lighting. All right.
That's not. Oh, that's.
All right, this is shaking quite a bit more than it was last time, but you can at least see Luke and Chris, and now you can't. You can see my
There
hand.
it is.
Yeah, they're illuminated. Just know that Parker and I are here. So,
I am
this is...
here.
Okay, yeah.
It's the spirit of Parker.
I want to see how much you had in the tank. Not much. Slow down.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa, you think I'm a...
Why is this guy going?
This
3
van
miles
is
an
going
hour?
so
This
slow.
is creepy. Who did he
Iglesia.
kidnap today?
Monte
Iglesia
Orden.
Evangelica
Iglesia
Monte.
I'm gonna honk at him.
Oreb.
Oh, no,
Should I honk
it's
at
a
him?
church.
No.
It means evangelical church. I don't know the last one.
This is leaning. So yeah, this is part 2. It's dark because the game is over. We're recording this about
Yeah.
6 hours after we recorded
Dude,
part
we're going
1
like
or
10
something.
miles under the speed
We are
limit.
At the
going
next light,
incredibly
turn
slow.
right.
Siri, so loud. The Peacocks lost.
Yeah.
They got
I'm sure
destroyed.
you guys know.
Yeah.
Lost might be an understatement.
They got blown
Yeah,
out,
They got
annihilated,
Well,
Destroyed.
Oh.
demolished,
Killed.
beat down.
Thwarted.
That's good.
Luke loses.
Denied.
Luke loses.
So yeah, we're not pumped about that.
No.
We got to see
At the light,
the first
turn right
Siri,
onto
come
North
on.
Road.
We got to see the first ever
15
15 seed appearance in an Elite Eight game.
Yes.
That's history. This shirt
And
marks
it could be.
history.
It could,
Yep.
And
The
so.
shirts.
And
Ah!
right now we can say the only 15 seed in an Elite
Yeah.
Eight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Well,
we-
yeah, and even if another team does it, we were there.
In
we were there
1.2
the
miles,
first time.
turn right to
Exactly.
merge onto US 1 South toward Oxford.
The
First time it happened.
which is the
So-
most important time.
It is always like when your firstborn child is born. The first time is always the most important.
That, okay.
The first time
We're really
you get
just
married.
we're really
I'm
just
joking.
hating on second
The
born
first
child.
time you get
I'm
married, you
joking.
said?
I said I'm joking.
Whoa! Don't show this to your wife.
I
The
mean,
first
we've already
one.
got-
The first one.
In 1 mile,
The
turn
first
right
one's
to
the
merge
most
onto
important
US
'cause
1
it's the
South
only
toward
one.
Oxford.
Aw.
That's a good save, Luke. Good save.
Oh, good save.
We've already got footage of Luke saying Marvel's my one true love in life.
Yeah, so,
it's- we're just digging up
Hey,
more
just 'cause
dirt
it's my
on you,
true
Luke.
love doesn't mean
That,
it's
so
gonna be
no,
my wife.
Luke is proving that
Okay.
Marvel is going to be his wife.
Never said that. Just because it's my true love doesn't mean it's my wife.
Really?
Wow.
So
But can you have two true loves?
I don't know. I don't know how true love works.
So you're saying you can worship God and money at the same
No,
time?
that's not what I said.
Yeah, Luke.
God is more than a true love.
See, look, you can have.
Wait, then what is?
Listen, you
He
can
just
have,
said he doesn't understand true love.
He's an
Chris understands
You
true
He's
can-
an
love.
yeah,
undescribable.
listen, you can have a-
God is an undescribable.
Listen.
Shh, what did Chris say?
You can have a pair of queens, but you can only have one ace.
Oh, oh, that's so true.
can actually-
Taking a
have
turn. Why do you say aw to that?
It's so romantic.
Is it?
Fingers in my mouth.
I just go like this. Sorry.
Can you tell we're a little delirious so that we've
Turn
been
right
around
to
each other
merge
for
onto
too
US
long?
1 South toward Oxford.
Thank you.
We've for
I
sure
love
been
you,
together
British
too
Siri. Turn to Oxford.
She is the least British.
Ah! Oh, I missed it. All right. We'll keep
No,
going.
boy.
What just happened?
I just missed
You
it.
missed the turn.
Oh.
It's fine. We'll do a U-turn right up here.
In
so did it hit
1.6
another
miles,
cat?
turn left onto West Street Road.
Yeah, are we sure did he actually hit something earlier?
I don't
Something
know.
ran across
I
the
was
road
seeing-
right
I
in front of
hit
us.
a cat. Another
It
one.
looked like either a cat
Another
or
one.
like a
Did
groundhog,
you actually
maybe.
hit it?
Yes, I
It
hit
sounded
it.
like it.
Yeah.
It looked a little too fat to be a cat, though.
Cats can be pretty fat.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely hit something. Oh, okay. Seizure warning if you, when they show like the strobe lights.
Yeah.
If you're prone to those, don't watch this part.
If you're just listening to podcasts,
So-
you know,
Yeah, you're good. Audio only. Yeah, we've very clearly been up a bit too long in the car for a while. So
I mean, guys, it's only
not shocked that this is crazy.
7:58 right now.
Your clock says that it's 8 o'clock. It's not 8 o'clock. At the beginning of the episode, I was misled about the time. It was actually 12:30, not 11:30, and now it is 9, not 8. So,
True.
but we'll probably get home around 10. I don't think that's too bad. Tomorrow's
No.
a school day, so
yeah.
I mean, I go to bed after 10.
Yeah,
I usually do too.
me too.
I mean, I'm trying
I
to get to
normally
bed
go
at
to
10,
bed at
but I keep failing.
If I get to
If not
bed
earlier.
at 10, that's a solid night.
Yeah.
Like,
solid.
9 times out of 10, I'm either at work or doing homework, so.
Look at this. There's a left-hand turn. You know how I
Wow.
can tell?
because there were signs saying
Yeah.
that you're supposed to turn
It's very
left.
dark.
Yes.
It's very dark and mysterious.
Yeah.
The last time we were
That's
driving-
because I missed
Bad-
the turn.
It's not as bad as the road that we were on the way home from the Phillies.
Oh my! I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
When we were on that road,
At the next stop
Luke,
sign, turn
Okay,
left.
Siri.
Oh, yeah.
the last time we were on that road, it was terrifying. And Luke, to just kind of like ease our fears and kind of soothe us, was like, guys, you know what? Did you know that if you're on one of these back roads and the police like try to pull you over, you shouldn't let yourself get pulled over until you're on a main road,
Stop,
because it could be
that's-
someone impersonating them that's trying to murder you.
That's
Like,
That's-
thanks, Luke.
There are
Yeah.
so
At the stop sign,
Yeah,
turn
that's-
left
When
onto
in
West
doubt-
Street Road.
when in doubt,
Terrifying.
your best bet is to call 911 and ask the dispatcher if there is a police on your location.
That unlocked one of those fears that I
Yeah.
never knew I
and
had.
now I'm
just
really
never
creeped out
considered
because
it.
it's dark around us.
Well, I mean, there's
Look at that
forests on the
house.
sides,
Look at that
so-
house right
What
there.
happens if we're...
Yeah, that house has candles
Look
in all
at
the
that.
windows.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
that house is
Guys,
terrifying.
1 miles. Take
No,
a slight
no.
right
Oh
turn
my
onto
word, I
Old
just
Fort
got
Pike.
chills.
Oh,
That house,
I'm
that looks
not
like a
feeling
haunted
it right
house.
now.
All right.
I'm not
Or-
feeling it right now.
I think we're
Why are
taking
there
the back
lights down there?
road.
Do you see those lights down there?
There's like it's like a horse. There's like okay, farms are like the worst.
Oh
possible.
my gosh.
Those are the-
Yeah.
and every single horror movie is
Yep.
like, takes place on like farms.
I don't think I've ever watched a legitimate horror movie, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I have once. I watched The Bye Bye Man, and it was the worst
I
thing
have
I've ever
not
done.
eaten-
That is barely a legitimate.
right, we're going home the back way, boys.
No.
Yes, we are.
I mean, we already are.
I
yeah.
was literally on top of
It's
Chris
very
when we were
dark.
watching that movie.
Okay,
I
not
was
like that.
crying.
I kind of feel like I gotta.
No,
put my-
it was. I mean, that movie's not that
Yeah,
bad. I
that
have
makes
seen,
me
beams.
feel better.
I have seen like The Conjuring. And,
I like the scary atmosphere.
No!
and, like,
Put the high
Annabelle
beams back
and
on.
stuff. What if like a deer? Just that would be the most. terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that would be
yours.
Like, look at that house. Looks kind of cool.
That house does look cool. Yeah. You're
I
right.
don't like it. It's just too in the open. There's just there's
They got
nothing around
LEDs
it.
in their room. They're legit.
They're fine. Not. It's the candles.
It's
Yeah.
the candles that are freaky.
Yeah.
My dad bought a haunted house. Like, it was on one of those episodes of
What?
like a TV show. Like,
Go.
Episode 142.
Yeah. Sorry. You can tell that haunted house story, and then that we'll end the episode on that.
all right, so he bought like a haunted house, right?
Yeah.
And it was on one of those TV shows, like haunted houses, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so,
Wow.
basically, Tim, the guy I'm gonna work for real estate,
Yeah.
originally before he like sold real estate was like fixing up houses and stuff for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So he went in it and he was like alone, and he said he could feel like somebody was watching him.
Oh.
He said he was. Just,
Why
like-
would you ever go in that house alone, Tim?
He said he felt like someone was staring at him at all times.
Oh, Tim.
That's terrifying.
That was your first mistake, Tim.
So
All right. That's a good note to end this episode on.
Yeah.
Always feeling like someone is staring at you.
This is terrifying.
So
I hate where we are.
it's incredibly
I don't like
dark.
this.
We're on a back road.
Parker's
High beams were on, but now they're no longer on. And so
Hopefully we don't. run out
who
of
knows?
that.
This could end up being one of those videos that's like the last evidence of us.
no, don't
Being
say
any-
that.
Always.
Stop.
Oh, that is.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna end this. Oh my
Stop.
Chris.
I feel slapping
Chris,
a banana.
that was terrible.
I'm so sorry.
All
I
right.
was slapping
We're gonna
a
end this
banana.
episode with creepy footage of what we're seeing.
Ghost car.
It's the ghost stuff.
We would have went right through it.
All right, so this
My
is
manager Gabe. No, this is not.
this is what we're seeing right now. It's not as scary when Parker has his high beams on. With his high beams off, it was really scary. It's still kind of scary like this, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with. If you're listening, an audio.
Whoa!
Not the trees hanging over.
This
the
is
road.
like what I think of when I think of over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
That's a terrifying ride to grandmother's house.
No, I mean like Robin Hood, like Red Robin Hood or whatever.
Why are you singing it? in
Red
a
Ride, Little Red
tone?
Riding Hood.
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood.
Robin.
Little Red
Yeah.
Riding Hood. She got eaten.
This is where
Chris,
Little
shut
Red.
up.
This
I'm
is
gonna shove a banana down you.
This is where Little Red Riding Hood.
Down you.
This is where Little Red
This
Riding
is-
Hood resides.
This is where the wolf
how
found
does
Little
one-
Red Riding
oh,
Hood.
How does one live in one of these
It is.
houses? How would you not be
Dude,
terrified
I would
100%
hate it.
of the time?
I would hate living in one of these houses.
Oh my gosh, I think I would freak out.
Ugh. Some people think it's scary, like
Don't
living
stop
in the
at
city
stop
at night.
signs.
Living in
All right, we
like,
good, boys? We
the
good?
open.
All right,
Yes,
we're
we're,
going,
fine.
we're
Go.
I feel
Living
like
in
I don't
like,
want
the
to
open.
be. I'm
in the
gonna lock
country
the doors. I'm gonna lock.
at night.
They were not locked
I should not be this scared.
They're locked now. Okay.
I am
Oh
actually
my word.
legitimately
This is so
terrified. Are you
freaky.
terrified, too?
Yes.
Are you
This is
purposely
really
leading
scary.
away from the door too?
Leading away from the door.
What?
They flashed their high beams
flashed.
at us.
What is over there?
Oh,
There's-
what is over? What's back here?
Stop!
What's back here?
There's
Why would they-
something.
No,
They
they-
flashed them at us. That means
Maybe
there's
there's
got to
the
be
police.
something.
No, I think we're good.
Hopefully there's not a
I
police
know.
back here.
It's the sound of the police.
Chris, you know what that means.
That barn right there is something that they torture people with.
Whoa,
Hands down.
jeez. What do you think is scarier? Living out here in the middle of nowhere at the
Yes.
middle of night,
Yep.
or
Yep.
like in a like scary city?
What is the definition of a scary?
Like a crime-ridden city.
Like Chicago?
A scary
Yeah.
city. A scary
That
city.
is pretty scary.
A scary city, no doubt. Like a scary area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because like
this is still pretty creepy.
Like Detroit or something.
Well, yeah, the like really bad
Like,
places.
yeah, I guess like Chicago.
Yeah.
Sorry to anyone who lives in Chicago.
I've
Shout
been,
out to all the Chicago
No, I've been to
listeners we have.
Chicago, and a lot of it is really nice.
Yeah.
Like the. Oh, there's
Yeah,
another
during
car.
the
Listen to
day.
our
There's
podcast.
another
If
car.
you're from Chicago, then you're a part of
There's a
this.
car.
But
There's
it's
a
like
car.
that
Yeah,
every
yeah.
city. With every city, there's gonna be nice parts.
Whoa!
There's gonna be nice parts of the city, and there's gonna
We
be
got that on
like,
film.
I
bad
honked
parts
at
of
him.
the city.
But my
You
horn is.
didn't honk at them though. You hit the honker horn.
You hit the honker.
Yeah,
Hit the horn, but nothing honked.
Because if they would
No,
have hit
yeah.
us, then we would have insurance.
Yep.
And
You actually honked at them?
Yeah, I did.
knew.
He tried to. It
No.
just made like a little click noise.
He hanked it.
No, I honked at them. My horn is just
I didn't
really,
hear
really
it.
bad. Yeah, that's why you didn't hear it.
Well, then how
What?
are they
Okay, it seems like we're getting back onto.
I said something about
main
I said
road
something-
here.
said something about
Woo! We're safe. What now?
At the next stop
Ah!
sign, take a slight right turn.
It's terrifying. We're not quite. We're about to. Once we merge back on, we'll end the episode. Episode 142. Yeah, we'll have the vlog of like the actual game coming out later this week.
At the stop sign,
geez,
take a
Siri.
slight right turn onto Gap Newport Pike.
Hey, there's
I know.
3 cars in one area. That's a sign.
That's good.
That
We're good. We're good.
We're
That
getting
we're
back
back
to
to
We're getting back onto a
civilization.
main road. We're going onto a pike. So
That's amazing.
yeah, when you're on like a lane or an avenue or a road, that's a little more scary than pike. So
Oh, wait, who was it? Was it with you, Owen, that we had the conversation?
Yeah.
About like the different road names.
that was like a year ago. We were driving down to Fox Meadows and we
Yeah.
spent a solid 15 minutes ranking the best road names.
Yep.
It was great.
Would you come
We
as
bonded.
number one?
Oh, I don't even remember, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was so long ago. But we bonded at that moment in time.
Yeah, it was great. So, we're back on the main road. We survived. Vlog coming out later this week. It wasn't quite as exciting as we may have hoped, just because, like, the game itself wasn't really that crazy.
Yeah.
But I think we still made it pretty entertaining. Do you guys have anything, like, inspirational to finish the episode with? To kind of lighten people's spirits after that crushing defeat?
It isn't victory that stays in your mouth long enough to wash. It's the saliva that you feel afterwards that makes you really appreciate the true definition of success.
Ah, he broke!